everybody, Dr. Tommy John here, and we've got movement number 6 of my spinal hygiene series. It's spinal rotations. We did neck rotations. Now it's the full spine rotation, okay? And this, with spinal rolling, is kind of my favorite because of how we engage the hips on this one. I kind of dig this one. So here's what we want. If you can stand, stand for this because your feet engaging with the ground is a completely different sensation and activation approach than you sitting. If you have to sit because you're in a seminar or you don't have the mobility to stand, that's cool too. Laying down will be kind of tough. You would do the lower half. You can kind of bend your knees, set your feet on the floor, and just kind of let your legs rotate around a fixed torso. But it's hard for your torso to roll. Still possible. It's possible to do some things laying down, but these are seated or standing. Okay, standing if possible. But what you want to do is a decent width of your feet, whatever you want to do. If you want to go wide, if you want to go narrow, whatever feels good. You'll find it better because you're going to start to engage parts of your hips, mainly your glutes, and that'll determine kind of where you want to have your feet, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to start with your head. You're going to turn your head as far as you can to one direction. Then you're going to go down to the next section and turn that as far as you can, led by your eyes. Head, torso. Okay? Then once you hit end range, don't give up your footing. Don't lose the soles of your feet. Keep that ground. Once you get to end range, you're going to assist. The back arm's going to slightly pull the front arm. Head, torso. This is my end range. Backhand to pull the front hand. And that's my end limit. Now, here's the magic maker. Here's the key to this whole thing. And this is what I've seen people kind of miss out on, and their changes aren't as great, okay? And I've tried this. Many times I've not engaged this and then engaged it to know the difference. It's night and day. Watch this. When we get to end range, whatever direction you're turning in, the body needs opposites. To create in one direction, it needs an opposing in another. That opposition is going to be the butt, the glute. So if I'm turning to the left, I want to fire the right glute as hard as I can, which will reciprocally fire the left hip flexor to scissor as I engage to counter my upper body. And you'll go further. So watch this. Head, torso, hands pull. Now my right glute as I activate and rotate more. Right glute. Back to center without giving up your feet. Let's go the other side. Head, torso, back hand pulls the front hand. Now because I'm turning to the right, I want to fire the left glute. Back to center. You'll get like 6 to 8 inches more rotation. It's pretty phenomenal, showing how important your hips are in rotating. Like, it is crazy, but now you're syncing up big toe through the hips, through those spinal rotators, okay? So it's going to look like this full time. Full speed. Self-adjust the sacrum. How's that? Because the glutes contract so strongly, they'll move the sacrum on their own. Now, what you might notice initially is your back. These muscles along your rib cage are going to cramp because they haven't been moved to that range before or engaged with the lower half. And as soon as you do that, the brain senses, and what it does to protect, it throws everything in the lockdown. So you'll get like a rib cramp, a rib cage cramp posteriorly. Totally normal. It'll go away. Keep going. Okay? Never past the point of pain. So again, if this is all you have, that's all you've got. If one side's greater than the other, don't worry about it. Just keep going. It's consistency with this that is the magic maker, okay? It's consistency with keeping all this up, with the glutes firing, with rotation, with you gripping the ground, with you looking as far as you can with your head and then your torso and then helping with your hands. Consistency over the course of time is going to kill this thing. Never past the point of pain, as I've said. That's not much more to it than that. Try to be as tall as you can. Like sometimes I'll see this. Again, as I said, with every movement, there'll be like an extra added compensatory movement. So watch this. We'll go here, here, and then we'll see like you'll see some people kind of jut out and they'll kind of worm themselves. That's cool. Like experiment with it. You're not going to blow anything out. But as you go, trying to be as upright, almost like you're in a tube and you're just coiling like a spring. Okay? And what you'll notice, the arches of your feet, your calves, and your hips will be destroyed. And that's what's so great, is why this spinal hygiene series is so much bigger than the spine, especially when you are standing. Breathe through your nose at all times. If you can do it outside, get outside and get grounded. Try to stand on something level though. And get in bare feet. Bare feet is a total different world, especially when you start to engage and connect the feet through the hips, through the shoulders, through the hands. That's it, man. Spinal hygiene move number 6. All right. Never stop moving. Take care.